I'm glad to introduce Sirius with our class reflection.
Good evening. Before I begin, I'd like to thank my class for electing me vice president. I may have been the only one on the ticket, but it means a lot. Well, today's a big day for all of us. Whether you started preschool here or transferred over one way, we all gather today to graduate under the name of Indian Creek High School. It changed a lot over the years. Well, obviously we were children when we started school. But I'd like to take a bit to uphold that time-honored graduation tradition and reminiscing on the years leading up to today. Obviously, I can't speak much for preschool or kindergarten, as that was so long ago. However, I have one memory of kindergarten that I think would relate to today. My mother used to help with my kindergarten class. There was this one day I burst into tears thinking about leaving home and entering the cold world. I feel like this pertains a lot to today, as some of us may be uncertain of what they want to do with their lives. However, I ask all these people to not give up hope, and that you will have an epiphany in due time. Grade school is another thing that's hard for me to describe, as our school district was divided into 3 elementary schools. Rest in peace, Wayne Elementary. And there's also the fact that some of us transferred over from other schools there down the line, but for the most part, a grade school was a breeze. We learned the basics and dipped our toes into the fine arts with the 2nd grade play and band when we reached 6th grade. Now, of course, back then things were drastically different, both 3 elementary schools and 6th grades, but this can be used as a metaphor for how life changes. If you're like me, you felt like a big fish in 6th grade. After 6 years, you were finally at the top of grade school. This was also the first time that was mentioned that we were part of the class of 2017. But back in 2011, that seems also distant. Junior high was a wild time, mostly for transitions. We were the last class to spend a full year at the Old Mendigo High School, rest in peace. And we were part of the first group to move into the fancy new middle school. It also meant for the first time with the students from the other 2 elementary schools. Another change that happened that we became adolescents during those 2 years. Honestly, I don't remember much about junior high. Transition was the name of the game as we finally made it to high school. Now that we're at high school, we can finally get into the meat of things. Freshman year of school, wonder and intrigue. We were finally at the home stretch of our basic education. Sure, we were terrified of once again being small fries, but we were full of hope of how high school would pan out. We'd have to step up our game, as we knew this time mattered more than any time prior. And for the most part, freshman year was a cakewalk. An easy start for us to come. Things kicked up a little bit during sophomore year. We felt that year would be a breeze, and for most of us it was. Even though we weren't the youngest anymore, we were still underclassmen, and we knew it. It was also the first year that some of us decided to continue our learning at Jefferson Vocational School, where they started on their junior year. Mentioning junior year, that was when we started to take leadership. We could join the National Honor Society, and some of the better positions in extracurricular activities became accessible. Classes also got kicked in high gear. Even though things were more and more complicated, most of us held on and became smarter because of it. And now we reach the most recent year, that of course being senior year. We were once again at the top, the big fish in our small pond. We were leaders, and we had power to influence and inspire the younger classes. Some of us went on to buy extra college credits at Eastern Gateway. We got lazier as senioritis hit full force. Things had become routine, and the teachers treated us more like adults. Even though things grinded slower and slower, at the end of the day we still succeeded, as evidenced by how we sit here today. Things have changed a lot over the years. Friendships were forged, destroyed, and remade. Many people completely changed their personalities. I know this is a kind of cliche, but tomorrow truly begins the rest of our lives. We may not see each other ever again, but I hope we can look back and remember this turbulent time in our lives known as high school. Some of us are going to a big-name college next year, some will go to community college, and some are going straight into the workforce, and some are coming to the Army. Whatever you do, I encourage you to at least do something. Some people are afraid to pursue what they like, and will settle for something that just doesn't suit them. And so to finish my speech, I'd like to quote that famous line from Franklin Roosevelt in hopes that everyone takes it to heart. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Thank you.